What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the X-Transbots Gravedigger, or their version of a Masterpiece Scale Scavenger. This was sent to me by Ricky G, who's been sending me all of the X-Transbots Constructicons, so I appreciate it. I think at the end he's going to send all of them so he can put together Devastator. But for now, we're going to be taking a look at this guy, and I did do an unboxing. He does look really nice. He's got a beautiful paint job. He's got chrome on the chest, so I recommend you just wipe it down. It is definitely a fingerprint magnet, but I like the look of it. I know some people don't like the look of the chrome on the front. I just think it looks classy. It looks nice. Nice metallic purple. You've got a metallic fleck in the green. Metallic red for the eyes. Silver for the face. Here's the back. Cleans up pretty nicely. All in all, a pretty good looking version of Scavenger. Now, one thing I want to mention right away is this did not come with any instructions. And there is a QR code on the bottom of the box right here. If you scan it, it takes you to the X-Transbots Weibo page. It doesn't take you to instructions. If you scroll down on the page, eventually you'll find the instructions. I think that's a mistake because if over time, as they add new posts to their Weibo page, that instructions are going to just scroll down until you can't find it anymore. So they definitely should have linked directly to either the YouTube or the Weibo video itself. But anyway, in that video is also not very good. It's got mistakes in it, and it's got parts that it's recommending you move that you don't move. So I'm going to go over the transformations to vehicle mode and to combined mode, and I'll point out where those mistakes are. But I recommend you do not use that video for transformation because you will break it if you use those instructions and follow the steps. But yeah, overall, I do think it's a really nice looking version. Let's go over the articulation. Hit as on a rotating swivel gets pretty far up, all the way up to there, down to there, and rotates around, no side to side. Good looking head sculpt as well. Looks really nice. Shoulders rotate around on a friction hinge. Out to the side on a hinge is die cast in there. Not sure why, but works okay. Nice tolerances on it. Rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow gets you the full bend. You have a wrist rotation. It does rotate in and out on this joint here. Fingers are individually articulated. The bottom three are connected together, but they're at 2 pins. The top one is separate, so you can point. Thumb is on a rotating piece here. Just be careful. Don't try to rotate the thumb this way. But it does go up and down. You have 2 pins on the thumb as well. And he can point because the pointer finger is separate. It's a little bit curled, but it does work. So you can point. So overall, nice, decent hands. Not my favorite, but they work. So continuing down, we have a waist rotation here. It does caught up a little bit, but if you bend the ab crunch, then you can go basically all the way around. Ab crunch gets you full bend, which is really nice. Like, that's cool. Hip skirts will move out of the way, and the legs will kick up to there on a ratchet, back to there on a ratchet, out to the side on friction. That one could be a little bit tighter because there is die cast down here, but it works. I like the ratchets too. They feel nice. Rotation here at the thigh at a cut joint. When you take this out of the box, I forgot to mention, you do have to rotate these down so you can access this hinge. So it's a double jointed knee bend. Nice painted piece inside. They didn't ignore the detail there. So that really works. It looks like treads in here too. So I just really like the way they did that. It's a very well done joint, and it looks clean. It looks smooth. You have ankle tilts. Now this is an issue. This tab doesn't stay tabbed. Sometimes when you're rotating this ankle, that comes out. But ankle tilts all the way out to there. Forward and backward, there's a hinge here to allow the foot to go forward and backward. It's a really nice articulation. I just wish this had better tension. We do get some nice accessories here. We get his blaster done in this metallic black. Again, I'm not sure if it's painted or if it's that painted fused plastic, but it does look good. This will go into the hand, and it's a nice tight fit with this tab. And that's a good looking gun. That works well. He also gets his trumpet done in gold chrome vac metal. It looks nice. And we can open up his hand. Now this only goes into one hand, so if you want, you could put the gun in the other hand. But this will only go into this side. So just get the fingers raised up. And you get the thing tabbed in, and then pull the fingers on the top. Oops. And it actually looks like he's pressing the buttons, which I really like that. I love that it's sculpted in such a way that it looks like he's actually playing it. And you can't get it, you know, to the lips, or I guess his mouth guard, whatever, but that's really good. That worked very, very well. We also get an alternate head here, so we can pop this head off, just pull up on the neck. It's a peg system. So here's the alternate head. You can see it's got like a slightly different face mask, a little more aggressive, mean eyes. I do think it looks good. I prefer the original, but you can swap it out if you prefer this head, and you just pop it in there, and there you go. We also get this, which is an alternate top of the head piece for their version of Scrapper. And this was so that when you transform it into combined mode, the top of the head was scraping against the inside of the chest. So this will allow you to do the transformation without scraping, because you can fold this out of the way, right? Now, I don't have Scrapper here, so I can't demonstrate it, but I'm sure Ricky will utilize this so that you don't have to worry about scraping up the paint. But nice of them to include that. And for size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime, and fits in nicely in the Masterpiece scale. And for another comparison, there it is next to the Takara Tomy Masterpiece Megatron and the Fans Toys version of Scavenger. And this is kind of a debate right now in the Masterpiece or third-party community, is what size should these Constructicons be? And of course, scale varies widely in the cartoon. It's all over the place. My personal preference is I think this size makes more sense. Pretty tall, but definitely shorter than Megatron. You know, Megatron's the leader. He should be the tall one. This is just a little bit too big for me. I mean, he just looks like he's bigger and bulkier than Megatron. So I like the size on these guys. I don't mind this, but I do think it's a little bit on the big side overall. All right, now let's get him transformed into his vehicle mode. As I mentioned before, the video instructions have errors in them. If you follow that, you will break something. So I'm going to show you those exact points where it has the error. But go ahead and lift up the arm. We can rotate the hand so it's horizontal, and then push it. Make sure you have the fist collapsed like that. To get this back out, you can just lift up. I would suggest pulling on the 3 fingers just so you get a little more leverage, but pull that back out. We're going to straighten up the arm and then rotate around 180 degrees. All right, same on this side. Make sure it's collapsed. Push the fingers in and then rotate the arm 180 degrees and just leave those out of the way. And now we'll work on his backpack. So come to here, and here's where some of the errors are, but we're going to unpeg this top part from here, unpeg this from here. In the instructions, in the video, they had this facing the other way, which implies that this rotates. I don't see how this can rotate. In fact, if you do rotate it, I think it probably will break. Also, it doesn't serve any function to be rotated because you want this to plug into here in robot mode. So again, I'm not sure why they did that, but don't rotate this like the video shows. Then once you lift that up, you can come down to here and lift this part up, and then also bend the ab crunch to get some access onto the back. So these are going to rotate down. This is on a double hinge. It's a little weird. It feels funny, but you rotate this down. I recommend like pushing it up before you rotate it out. But basically have this all the way down. Then we can work on the upper body. We're going to rotate the legs so they're perpendicular. Or then we'll go ahead and unpeg this from here. Bring this around, and you can rotate this top section. Bring this out, bring this all the way around. Then we'll unpeg this from here. This will come back around this way. This will peg into right here. Just clip that in there, and then open this so it's sitting like that. This will go up and sit right here for now. All right, so now we get to take care of the other side. And actually we could bring these down. So just leave this panel right here. And now we'll take care of the other side. Actually get this tab back in. Now we'll get this other side. So then rotate this to this side. Just gives you some room. And these are some of the things that they don't mention. It's just the video moves so fast you can't tell. I'm going to do this side again just so you can see. Bring this out. Fold this open. Rotate this down. Come to this side. We can bring this out. Fold this panel around and straighten that up. Tab this in right here. And then bring this up and tab it back in to the body on the other side. For the head, we're going to rotate it like this, fold it down, and then rotate it into that cavity where the backpack was. Make sure these stay down here. We can rotate the legs back this direction now. The arm, there's a little tab right here that's going to end into a slot right here. So bring this up and get that tabbed in. On the front, this is going to go up and under. You can see there's even a little circular groove. So bring that up and under and then tab it in to the arm right here. On the back, you're going to bring this and bring that and tab it in there. All right, same on this side. I'll do it a little quicker. Bring this up and under. Bring this down, tab it into the bottom of the arm, and then bring this over and tab that in. All right. This is going to rotate around. You're going to bring this down. There's a double hinge in here, so bring that double hinge down. Under here, actually I forgot a piece. Bring out this. Now we can clip this into the back. Here we go. So here's how we're looking. We can bring this down, bring that straight across so this panel is facing down, and then there's a little slot right here, and that's where these are going to plug in. All right, so we're ready to work on the bottom part here. Flip up the hip skirts so they face up. We're going to come to the bottom, take these feet, rotate them in, rotate them up, and then tab them into the sides like that. Flip open this panel and leave that like that. Same thing on this side, rotate this in, rotate it up, tab it in, flip up that panel. Slide the legs apart. Then we're going to tab the two legs together like that. This is die cast, by the way, so be careful with the paint. Bring this up, and you'll see there's two little puzzle piece tabs that'll go into there. As soon as you bring it up, it basically finds its way in there. You don't even have to push them in. And then this, or up here, you're going to give it a squeeze from the top. So pull down on this. And then we can close up these on the bottom of the legs. Up here, we're going to clip this in, bring this forward, and bring this down. All right, there is Gravedigger in vehicle mode. It's a pretty darn good looking vehicle. You got pistons here, they're die cast. Those look good. You got silver paint here for the little smokestack. Nice translucent glass for the cockpit. There's detail inside the cockpit. You can open it up. It's a little tricky to get it open, so you can just pop this up a little bit and then get in here with a spudger. It's got a seat in there. That's pretty cool. Didn't need the detail, but they do have it there. You've got articulation here on a ratchet. It goes back to there and down to there. Really nice die-cast joints here. You got another rotation point here at the top. And then you got a rotation here on the shovel. Goes up to there and down to there. So it's a really good looking shovel. You can get it down on the ground like that. I mean, I just love the way it looks. The treads do have wheels on them. It does roll, unlike the fan toys, which doesn't have wheels, but it doesn't rotate. So if you want to rotate it, you can cheat a little bit. You can get in here again, open the door, pop up this panel, and this side as well. That will free up this little piece here. Open this up, get those puzzle pieces out, fold these in, and then bring this back down, bring this back down, tab this back in, close the door. Make sure you get all this tab back in on the top. And now you can cheat and you can rotate this. It's a little awkward looking because it wasn't meant to do that, obviously, but you can, for a picture or something, you could cheat, you know, have it rotating. As far as weapon storage, again, there's no instructions, so I'm guessing a little bit, but I found two spots where it can go. You can plug the gun at the top of this, so if you want something like that. Or what I think looks better is if you take this, slide this onto here, and now you can fire the gun. So yeah, I'm not really sure where it goes. Like I said, there's no instructions, but that works. And for some size comparisons, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime and the X-Transbots version of Holler. So, good size construction vehicle here. I wish the green on Holler matched, because I'm planning to make him into a Decepticon, but that's my own issue. Fits in nicely with the Masterpiece scale. Alright, now let's get him transformed into combined mode. And pretty straightforward transformation into combined mode. So we'll start on the front here. We're going to again undo this top section. So pop this up. That will undo this panel right here. So just pull that out of the puzzle pieces and just give yourself some room. This is going to rotate up and rotate this panel down. There's a slot on the bottom, so that's where it's going to tab in now, instead of that other spot. And then put all this back in, make sure all those tabs get back in there. And then we can bring this back down, make sure this lines up, make sure the panel lines up with the tabs on this, right? So you get that pegged in. And then make sure these puzzle pieces make their way in here on the sides. We can close the door back down. And make sure this is all squeezed together. We're going to rotate this back, tab that back in, rotate this forward, and just leave that there like that. And now we're ready for the combined mode part. So we've got this piece here. You're going to rotate this out and then rotate this down, basically straight like that. Come to the bottom, and we're going to pull apart the treads to give yourself some room. This is going to slide up and under here. There's two pegs right here going into two holes right here, and then there's a peg on the side that's going into slots on the side here. So get this underneath, slide this in, make sure these two square pieces are making their way past the treads. And then this should end up all the way in. Make sure you've given it a nice push up into those tabs. And then, actually don't squeeze this in yet. Leave those open for now because we're going to bring the arm piece in. This is going to slide over this. And now you can see there's 2 pegs here that are going into the side of the treads. So all 1, 2, 3 of those has to go in kind of at the same time. So I got that one. See if we can get this one. And there is your arm mode. I have to say, this looks really good. The way they pull this together, I mean, just great looking arm. You have double jointed elbow, rotation on a ratchet, double jointed ratcheted elbow, rotation at the wrist, that's on just friction. You have in and out movement at the wrist. Fingers articulated at 1, 2, 3 joints, deep bend at the lower part. These look a lot like the Fans Toys hands. They splay out. The thumb can rotate, and you have 2 pins on that one as 2. I mean, these are really, really well done. I don't remember the X-Transbots hands being this good, but they're very good, very good. You also got articulation here, so this is obviously going to slide onto some connector, and this can rotate in and out, so you can lift up the arm like that, and then you can rotate. I'm guessing that the part on Devastator rotates. So there you go. Very well done. So final recommendations on the X-Transbots Gravedigger. This is a pretty good figure. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5. I'll recommend it. Overall, the robot mode is really well done. I love the way they designed the legs. The overall fit and finish of this is really nice. I like the chrome. I know there's people out there who don't like it. I like it. I like the metallic purple. Just the deco and the look overall is really well done. Vehicle mode also looks pretty good. I wish I had the function of rotating the cab. Fans Toys didn't do that either, but still, I still wish they had that function. But it does look good and works well. Combined mode also looks pretty good. I'm not sure if the ratchets are going to be strong enough. We'll find out when we get to the full combined modes. I can't really speak on the combined mode yet. But this is shaping up to be a good set. That's 3 in a row good figures from X-Transbots on these Constructicons. The Long Haul, Scrapper, and this guy. And while I'm really, happy for them that they're on this roll, I'm also scared. Like, where's the bad one? When is the bad one going to come? And I hope it doesn't come, right? I hope they get all 6 out. They're all amazing. It would be great to see a competitor, against Fans Toys. Because right now, I think X-Transbots is winning this race in the Constructicons. Oculamax hasn't really even started, so I can't really talk about them. But as far as Fans Toys and X-Transbots, I do think X-Transbots is winning right now. So I wish them the best, but I am worried about can they get all 6 out without issues. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the comparison with the Fans Toys version, and we'll see you next time.